Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sincere Akram across the world doing his work in sincerity and in truth. Now, this is Genesis chapter 33, titled, Jacob and Esau Meet. Verse 1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the two handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over them, and he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother Esau. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the woman and the children, and said, Who are those with thee? And he said, The children which the Most High Yahweh had graciously given thy servant. Jacob, meaning himself. Then the handmaidens came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also with her children came near, and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What meanest thou by all this drove, all these separate groups, which I met thee, those groups that we were before him with the flock? And Jacob said, and he said, Jacob, These are to find grace in the sight of my Lord, in the sight of Esau, Jacob's Lord, because he called him Lord. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of power. That's not talking about that Esau looks like the Heavenly Father. It's just talking about he has seen his face as though he has seen basically joy. He's happy that his brother accepted him. And thou was pleased with me. You see? He's happy that because Esau looks nothing like an angel. He's that devil. Anyway. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because the Most High Yahweh hath dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, Jacob, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender, they're kind of weak, fragile, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, if you overwork them, all the flock will die. Let my Lord, let Esau, I pray thee, pass over before his servant. So he wanted Esau to go before him. And I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure, until I come unto my Lord, unto Seir, Mount Seir. Now if you check out the map, then you're going to see ancient Mount Seir is here. Edom. Got another map here. Edom, Paran, Mount Sinai. But here's Edom, right? But from Sukkoth, I found 3 different places, so I'm not going to do this too much, going into maps and stuff. you know. But here is Edom, right? And here is Mount Seir. It's now called Petra. But I'll show you. See? Here's Mount Seir. And if you check out the water here, and you check out the water here, and you will see it is in the same location. So Petra is nowadays called Mount Seir, where Edom dwells. Is the place there is called Mount Seir, as you can see here too. Edom, Seir, Seir. This is Mount Seir. All right. Going on. Where was I? Wait a minute. Where was I? Yeah. So Esau returned that day on his way in unto Seir, and Jacob journeyed to Succoth. Now, as I just showed you, the place Succoth, I saw like 3 different places or something. I see one here. Then I see one here. All the way another place. And then I see, where is it? One here, along with Penuel. So I don't really know what the hell they're doing. But I do know about Mount Seir and Shechem. I do know about that. It's right here. It's the same body of water, which is here. But anyway, going on. So that's why I don't want to go too much into these stuff, especially if I'm not sure, because I don't know what the hell they're doing. People are making bogus maps. That's what they're doing. But Mount Seir, I'm sure of, because first of all, the elder explained it. Second of all, I checked it out. I just showed you. So that's easy. Anyway, verse 17, Genesis 33 and 17. And Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built him an house, and made boats for his cattle. Boats are like these things. Where is it? Oh, wait a minute. Here. This is a boat, right? Boat or whatever. So and Jacob's journeyed to Succoth, and built him an house and made boats, right? 55:21, 55:21. Takah, right? It says both rude or temporary shelter. So yeah, that's it. If I click on Google with it, it's something like this. You know, some place where you put animals, but in the ancient world, you have the modern, ancient, right? Something like this. You know, something to shelter the animals from the heating, from the bleeding sun, burning sun. You know, because animals are stupid. They're not gonna seek for shade. Well, not all of them. Some of them do actually, like cats. They're gonna seek shade. Dogs, they're gonna dig a hole in the ground. You know, but a cow doesn't dig no hole, man. You need to put them under a tree, or you need to put trees in the midst, or you just build something like this. Because a cow is kind of stupid. The donkey is even dumber, y'all. So yeah, and made boots for his cattle. Therefore, the name of the place is called Succoth. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city in Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan. I just showed you where Shechem is. And the land of Canaan is Israel. Now this is the land of Canaan. It used to be the land of Canaan, but then it got turned into the land of Israel, because here the Philistines were. We beat the stuffings out of them. And Zaire and Tidon, and from here until here, we beat the stuffings out of them. Then we took everything around here, right? And then we beat the stuffings out of Ammon, and we beat the shit out of Moab too. Yeah. And we got enslaved by the Assyrians, but that's another story. And we got enslaved by the Midianites also, which are Arabs, which are Ishmaelites. Hey, they have that right, Ishmaelites. Wow, they have it right. Here's the Chinese. This is the Japanese. These are the Latino and Indiano tribes, Native Americans and Latino tribes. And these are the so-called blacks, West Indies, and Haitians. Jamaica, stuff like that. Amalek is the fake ass Jews, and Edom is the rest of the so-called white race. Philistines are the Philistia, it says, but it's the Philistines, and Gaza are the so-called Africans, and Sidon and Tyron are also so-called Africans. Lebanon also, by the way. So just going on. That was the ancient land of Canaan, which is in the land of Canaan when he came to Padan Aram and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, which are Hamites, Shechem's father. If I'm correct, they're Hamites. So lucky if I'm off. But anyway, Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And that was most likely gold. I'm going to check it out. 19. 100 pieces of money. That must have been gold or silver. Oh, a unit of unknown value. Perhaps weight, money. Gold. Pieces of silver or gold. Or, see, look. It says, something weighed out, hence used the some certain weight of gold and silver, which, like the shekel, was used for money in the age of the patriarchs. And what is the age of the patriarchs? The 12 tribes. The patriarchs. Those are the 12 tribes. Going on. And he brought up, oh shit, it's lucky. And he erected there an altar and called it, what? Elel Lohi Israel. Well, it says this actually in the Hebrew because I can't even read this. It says H 415. It says Allah, Allahai, Yashar Allah. Allah means God or power. Allahai is Almighty God. Almighty. Actually, I thought it was angel. Allahayam is angels. But anyway, Allah, God, angel, Yashar Allah. He is a prince of power. So, loosely translated, the mighty God of Israel. The mighty power of Israel. The mighty upper angel, but the most high of Israel. Okay, Yashar Allah is Israel. So yeah, there you have it. Genesis chapter 33. Didn't have to go too much into depth. It was basically just simple, just storytelling. Just to let you know what happened in the ancient days. For all you lazy brothers out there. For you lazy people. But you're supposed to read it up yourself too. So you can know and mark. Just buy a marker and you just mark. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.